Hey Miriam, can I get my morning news please?
Hello and welcome to your status update. 10 years ago today, the Australian Human Rights Commission launched Leading for Change, a blueprint on cultural diversity and inclusive leadership. Its aim was to bridge a gap between the population's diversity and the cultural makeup of our nation's power structures. In 2016, none of Australia's key industries had a culturally diverse leadership above 5%. That's despite some 32% of the population being of non-Anglo-Celtic background. Seeing the disparity, key business leaders made a commitment to support a plan for a better Australia. A driving force was Race Discrimination Commissioner FuckSoupySoutphommasane.
Australia is a very multicultural society, but we don't see that diversity represented yet in our senior leadership, whether it's in business, politics, government or civil society. In none of those sectors is there more than 5% of senior leaders who have a non-European cultural background. It's pretty striking, and simply, it's not good enough.
Passionate words from FuckSoupySoutphommasane. Professor Greg Whitwell was the head of Sydney University's business school at the time.
I look at my students and I think about what life will be like for them in 10 years and what will be going through their minds. And my hope, my expectation is that they will be champions of cultural diversity, that they will look back on their time at university, think about the friendships that they developed and celebrate the diversity that they experience in the classroom.
Greg Whitwell was instrumental in transforming the way Sydney University approached diversity and inclusion and helped steer change in the business sector, encouraging the big CEOs at the time to join the discussion.
Well, I would hope in 10 years' time we wouldn't even be needing to have the conversation about cultural diversity. It would be so inherent in us in terms of the way in which we do business and the way in which we interact with society, that it's a topic that we don't even need to discuss anymore because it just happens.
From a diversity and inclusion perspective, kind of my dream and the executive board's dream is to be able to walk into a room in 10 years' time and to see and to feel real difference.
We all need role models and ideas if we're going to drive change, and the blueprint will help Australian businesses see what best practice looks like when it comes to cultural inclusion.
Rising stars of the Australian business sectors were emboldened by the actions of their leaders, but felt there was still a long way to go.
There's a lot of unrecognised talent and ability waiting to be recognised.
I would like to see more Asian background partners in our partnership.
It's great to see that we're moving from theory to practice, from dialogue to action.
So what was the cultural diversity blueprint? What did it set out and where did it take us?
This blueprint is about starting a conversation and generating change when it comes to our diversity and leadership. This is 2016. People need to imagine 2026, 2036 and think about having boardrooms and executive suites that will be populated by people that reflect our population.
I do credit the blueprint for a change of culture and mindset of my workplace. It's created a better business culture for everyone.
Today, Australia has been transformed. Culturally diverse leadership across government, universities and businesses sits now at between 15 and 25%. There's determination across these sectors to make further inroads, with an agreement that the surge in culturally diverse and inclusive leadership has been underpinned by the vision and the implementation of the blueprint Leading for Change in 2016. That's all for your status update today. I'll see you tomorrow morning.